and welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. Today I'm going to be, I think, making things up, and you know what, that's what I do best on this channel. I think I'm going to head into Newcrest today, which we haven't done that in a while, but considering sometimes Sandra just thinks of the silly idea, I feel like Newcrest is like the perfect blank canvas for me to test out challenges. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. Rules are simple. It's called the downstairs or upstairs challenge, and you know what, Sandra does a lot of her Sandra specials where we just do like a little bungalow. Everything is in its correct space. But what if I actually have to spin the wheel for whether a room is going to be upstairs or downstairs? Something kind of possesses me to also maybe add like a basement or a second floor. Because how funny would it be if we end up with like the bedroom on the third floor and then a basement bathroom or something? So I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use this spin the wheel that has basement downstairs. So basement is obviously underground. Downstairs is just going to be the main floor. Upstairs first floor and upstairs second floor. That gives us 4 different floors that we could work with. And the problem I have with this is that we could end up having like only one room on the second floor. Or what if I don't even have first floor and we just go exactly from like downstairs to second floor? How is that even going to work? So I think this could be a lot of fun, and I think we could turn out with a pretty weird looking house. So without further ado, don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying my content, and let's get straight into a science experiment that no one needs but I want. Now I'm thinking about it, why don't I actually make us spin the wheel so that the wheel decides where I start? Because if I just start off with the hallway, you know, maybe it'll be a lot more fun if I make another spin the wheel. So I've just quickly whipped up this wheel, so it has pretty much all of the rooms that I usually do. We're going to do like a kid's room today as well, and you guys wanted me to do a teenager's room, so maybe we'll do that today as well. I reckon I'm going to start off by spinning this wheel so we actually decide what's the first room we're going to build. Oh my god, it's going to be the office. Oh no, how am I supposed to start off with an office? I also didn't add a hallway because I feel like I'm going to have to create my own hallways depending on where the stairs and like the stairs to the basement will have to go. So the hallway is going to be the only room that I'll allow to build myself. And now I'm going to spin for which floor my office space has to be on. Please just let it be downstairs. Oh my god. Okay, we're starting off strong, guys. We're starting off downstairs. So this means that it's just going to be a regular, you know, downstairs room. So do I have to actually figure out where this house is going to go? Like, how am I supposed to make this make sense? I think this is why it's good that I decided to have my own like hallway to figure out wherever I want my hallway. So I'm going to think that this would be a really nice maybe space for a lovely office space. Maybe we could add some glass to this. I love doing challenges like this every once in a while because it kind of just allows me to decide what the inside of the room is going to be to use some of my favorite objects. So I don't really know where the door is going to go, but I'm kind of predicting that maybe it could go like here. You know what, actually, I always see people using this door as their like inside the house door, and I never really use that door purely because it has locks. But then again, I always think about the fact that in Ireland our doors actually kind of look like this. So I also just wanted to note that, okay, I don't know how to say this to you guys. Yesterday I received an email from a viewer. Her name is Amber, and she has really kindly sent me a code to the Love Struck pack. So as you know, I don't have all of the packs, and I proudly say that. I think you can still play the game without all of the packs, but I've been eyeing up this pack for a very long time, and of course with a lot of things happening these days, I don't really right now want to be investing in any more packs. You know, I think the game is still fine the way it is, but this person has really kindly gifted me this pack, and I'm trying to say this without like actually bursting into tears because I got a little bit emotional last night because of the fact that my community is just absolutely amazing, and I'm just so forever grateful. And now I get to have this in my game because of somebody just enjoying my videos, and I just thought that was, I don't know, that I just think it's wild and it's crazy. So I just want to say a huge thank you to that viewer. This has absolutely made my day, and I did not realize how beautiful some of these items are. And I finally have got like the number thing for the outside of the house, and it just actually makes me want to sob a little bit. Like when I saw this, I was like, oh Lord above, I don't think I'm emotionally strong enough for this today. I will be using some of this pack today, and I just wanted to preface why I have it in my game. Oh my god, and there's a beautiful purple swatch. Whoa, okay, that is gorgeous. Thank God, another purple swatch. And this is a beautiful purple swatch. Oh, so okay, so all of the purple swatches were actually just hiding in Love Struck. Okay, I get it. Oh, that's lovely. Even this one, oh my God, this opens up a whole new world. And the patterns. Oh, I could die for these. We could do like an animal print house. This is amazing. Guys, should I do like a purple room? Why am I feeling like purple vibes from this? If I was to also pair this with some wooden designs, I think, oh my God, I feel like that would actually look really interesting. Or even if I do like a little portion of purple and I also add like a little like column there. And maybe also like, okay, no, that does not look good there, but oh wait, what if I even actually do something like this? Oh guys, this is an interesting room. I'm loving this. This also has a matching floor. You've got to be kidding me. That's insane. Okay, but no, we're not gonna get too distracted. Still want this to be a regular office space. Oh my God, there's a new desk. Where's my move objects? I hope you guys are not going to mind that I am using these objects today. I don't know what to tell you. I was like bawling crying last night. I was like, excuse me, this is just the kindest gesture that anyone has ever done. Wow. Oh, purple chair. Oh, I love to see more purple in the game. Honestly, that's what we need. I think this pack has like really purple vibes. Whoa, little stars. The heck is this? Okay, so far this pack is pairing really nicely with some of the other items that I've already got. So I think it's going to blend beautifully into my build. So I'm very excited that I get to discover some new items and just like create such a different looking, I guess different feeling office space more so than different looking office space, because I still like to create similar kind of vibes, but oh, that doesn't scale up very well. It's a little blurry on the edges, so I don't like that. Oh, this is a gorgeous rug though, but I wish it scaled a bit better. That's okay. I don't know, maybe ever since I did that realistic build literally like yesterday, I'm now thinking a little bit more realistically about my builds, even though like, I mean, it's still Sims, so it's still not going to be super realistic, but the idea of just like even a bin inside an office, if I didn't have a bin inside my office, there would be rubbish all over the ground. So I think things like that are really important sometimes. Oh, maybe with these black curtains here, we could create like a really interesting feeling. I'm actually obsessed with this office space. It's, you know, it's not like totally different to what I usually build, but it just feels so nice. And yeah, I'm actually obsessed. I don't really know what else to add here. I kind of just like the space working by itself. Maybe I'll actually add just like this little light here and we'll make this room quite dim feeling. Love it, guys. Look at how beautiful this space is. Okay, honestly, I actually could cry. So again, thank you so much to this person that gifted me this pack. I'll try to stop screaming about it for the whole episode, but I'm just very grateful to have such a beautiful community. So thank you so much. Even in weird times, I appreciate you guys even more now for sticking around with me. But that is our office space. Don't lose track of this challenge, Sandra. We now have to pick a second room because we're done this room, even though I'm so proud. I feel like I could like just finish this build now. We're all done, guys. Do you like my office space? Thank you. So let's pick out which room we're going to be building next. Drum roll, please. Oh, is it going to be the kids' room? Okay, fantastic. We'll do a teenager's room because I don't really do those very often. And this room is going to be, is it going to be upstairs? Is it going to be downstairs? Could it be fun to do like a basement? Oh no, second floor. Okay, so this is where things can get a little bit weird. So I named this the downstairs, which means the first floor is going to be the first stairway up, if you get me. So I've got to go all the way to the second floor, which is just great. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. So do I just like build it somewhere random? Like, where do I want this room to be? This is going to be kind of tough. I feel like what I'm going to have to do is actually just create like a space, right? Oh, wow. Oh, wow, guys. Do you love me? Subscribe because obviously I'm the best builder on YouTube, literally. So that's what I'm thinking though. Maybe I will just actually like build it in this corner. Like that could be the teenager's room, right? But like, what else do I do? Do I just like leave the rest? Oh Lord. I mean, as I said, this is an experiment, a social experiment, so to speak, a science experiment. So this may not work altogether, but I'm going to try and make this work as best as possible, even potentially against my will. Do I want to make this a bit bigger? Maybe let's make it a little longer. Okay, maybe slightly shorter, but I want to fit a double bed in here. Yeah, I guess this could probably work. And then we could do like a little desk and stuff. So as a teenager, teenager, my God, Sandra as a teenager, huh? So as a teenager, I had a lot of posters in my room. I don't know which windows I'm using. I kind of want to use the new Love Struck windows, but I don't really want to commit just yet. So I might just use like whatever windows, and then we can kind of decide the outside of the house once we're done, because how am I supposed to decide the outside of the house if this is what I'm building with? I kind of want to maybe do some windows on like both sides like this, which would be really pretty. But then again, as I said, when I was a teenager, I had loads of posters in my room. I was kind of into like a heavier music. I don't really want to go too far into the lore of Sandra's teenagehood, because teenage years for me were a hell of a tough time. So, but I kind of want this room to feel a little bit more maybe crafty, a little bit wilder. You know, things don't really have to match as perfectly. Why am I going for purple? Like my life depends on it, you know, like what the heck? Let's just go for more neutral vibes too. Actually, you know what? When I was a teenager, I had a double bed, but it was pushed against the wall because I wanted more room for like artsy things. So maybe we could also do something similar here. The camera's like flying all over the place because Sims are confused. They're like, why the heck is she building like this? And I don't know why I'm building like this, guys. It's fine. Oh my God, sorry. The rugs are so fun. I mean, like the carpet is just amazing. You know, if you want me to do like a pattern build, but I think what I'm going to do here is maybe will I go for a carpet? Although I did have wooden floors when I was a teenager, so maybe we'll do that. Oh, I kind of like this flooring. I like the thickness of those wooden panels. And to be fair, growing up, my parents did allow me to paint some of my room whichever color I wanted. So that was a lot of fun. I actually had like a green color in my room, but maybe here we can kind of get inspired by some darker colors. Well, I was gonna get inspired by more of that purple, but like my whole house can't be purple. But I guess you guys would be proud of me for seeing all this purple I'm using. Maybe we could use like a little bit of wooden paneling. Maybe this person's like a little bit more fancy. Then also we use, I mean, the purple would actually work here really well. So maybe I will do a second purple room, guys. I mean, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe for just the use of purple that I'm trying to attempt here. Oh, see, something like this now, I would have loved a rug like that. So maybe we could almost like have 2 rugs in this room, because of course Sandra loves the idea of just like overlapping rugs on top of each other. Oh my God, look at this rug. Oh, sorry. That is fantastic. Actually, it's not going to work in this room, but oh my God, I can't wait to use that. Oh, I would have loved a rug like this. Honestly, when I was a kid, I also had kind of like this pattern on my bed. So far, this isn't too far-fetched of an idea, dare I say. Okay, so there is actually some posters that come with, oh my God, this room is like freaking out. There is posters that come with the Love Struck pack. So I'm kind of thinking, why don't I try and use as many of them as possible? So when I tell you I had posters in my room, you guys are probably going to be able to relate slightly, but I had like the whole wall was full of posters. Like, it was great insulation, actually. We always laughed about that with my parents. They were like, at least the one good thing about your posters is you'll keep the walls nice and warm. But it was a little bit wild because I had so many posters. They were like perfectly geometrically aligned with each other, and I loved changing them. Oh my God, I was obsessed. Every month would change them, and it was so much hassle and so much work. And oh my God, if one ripped, I'd be devastated. So it would be kind of interesting to maybe create some sort of like a poster wall here to really, you know, pay homage to poor little Sandra with all of her posters in her room, which I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have loads of posters as well in their rooms that, you know, take pride in putting them up, because it's probably hard work. I hate the way they're like overlapping each other kind of poorly over there. That's a bit annoying. Maybe I'll get rid of that one. Okay, I actually didn't make them overlap each other too much because a lot of them are also overlapping already. And I also thought when I was a teenager, I really didn't like mine overlapping. Like, I was respecting them like they were the highest works of art around here, you know? So I kind of thought that was quite interesting. And I also found this poster. Is this, one of you guys commented on my every room's a different decorative item. Is this the barrel from Horse Ranch? Is that like the energy drink? I have no idea, but I thought it was kind of interesting. And I made it a little bit more artsy because if I am going to be inspired by an artsy teenager, I'm going to make it by myself. And I might do like a little artsy station. And this is again where I'm like begging the Sims to create drawing as an activity that we could either do it on a desk or on the floor. I think that would be a lot of fun because drawing was something that I was obsessed with as a kid, as a teenager. It was, you know, expressive to me, and drawing can be very interesting as a hobby to a lot of people, but turn it into anime. You can turn it into actual beautiful sketches, or you can combine it then with painting because you're like starting your sketch for your painting. I've no idea, guys, but there's so much potential when it comes to drawing. So yeah, I guess what I'm going to do is I might do like a little desk, but I might make it slightly more off center. And then we could also add like a painting section here because surely teenagers can paint. And we can like really clutter this room to make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more like an actual teen room. Not to say that all teens have mess in their room, but I do vaguely, not vaguely, I do vividly actually remember as a kid, as a teenager, once I got into those like creative spells, like I was drawing for the evening. You couldn't stop me. Like I was drawing. Sandra was obsessed. There was crap all over the ground. She was in like an artist muse mindset and there was just no stopping me. So I feel like maybe something like that is also happening here. Maybe they've got like a little laptop to at least like research some item or some ideas and stuff. But we then could also add maybe some like paint on the ground, like under the rug. That's like my favorite thing to add. Yeah, this could be a really interesting teenager's room. I also don't know where the door is going to be, so I'm happy enough to, I guess, move this around because I keep forgetting what the heck I'm building here. This is not a normal type of build. Okay, guys, so I'm just cluttering this space up and it just reminds me of what I treated my room like when I was a kid, honestly. Like it's still not like the same, but I just remember, like, as I said, when I got into those like creative spells, like my mom would come into the room and be like, oh my God, I better leave because there's no point in me saying anything because this is wild, this is crazy. So yeah, no, it was a little bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit of an intense time, especially when you're a creative kid. I mean, I guess it must feel good for a parent. Oh my God, there's no chest of drawers here. I guess it must be really good for a parent to see that their kid is obviously expressing themselves, you know, creatively and whatnot. But yeah, I just realized there's no dresser here. So that's fantastic. We love to see that. But maybe I could like also overlap this mirror here slightly. I don't know. I kind of just love how like actually distractingly messy this room is, and for whatever reason I love this little penguin. Oh my God, he's adorable. I'm just gonna clutter maybe some shoes under the bed as well, because like I definitely had, I mean, to be fair, like in our household we are a shoes off household, but I kind of think that maybe like little things like this kind of like poking out from under the bed are also a lot of fun. And I also, for some weird reason, I tend to also take skis like that and put them from like coming out from under the bed, just like to show that like there is a little bit of a hobby underneath. Now this for sure is not going to be functional. I think it does make your sim glitch out when they're trying to get into bed, but I think for storytelling we can try and do that. And for whatever reason, I always like beg the sim, well, I don't beg the sims often, but I also always wish that we had slippers as an inanimate object that I could just throw down on the ground, because like it would just show that your sim's gone to bed and they took their slippers off. I mean, I'm a slipperholic, if that was a word. I love slippers. I've got so many different pairs of slippers for whatever day, for whatever at home outfit. Like I'm just obsessed with slippers. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand how much I love slippers. But I'm really loving this room. What do we think? Okay, guys, so that is my teenager kid room. And we've got nothing really stuck to this wooden wall because that's a new feature. The parents just put that in. So they're like, can you just please keep the posters to the one wall? I literally feel like I'm hearing my own parents here. Anyways, that is my teenager's room floating up in the sky. Are you loving it? You should be, because this is just fantastic. Anyways, let's spin for what room next we're going to be doing. Drum roll, please. What is it gonna be? The master bedroom. That's cool. I'm excited because we're on like this bedroom hype, and the bedroom is going to be where? Is it gonna be downstairs? Is it gonna be upstairs? Where is it gonna be? Is it gonna be in the basement? Oh my God. Okay. So basement it is. Okay, so I'd like to think that if this is going to be like a hallway section here, just say, and maybe I could like somehow bring a little staircase down to a basement. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a big enough like area just down below so we can kind of figure out how we want to place this. I guess what we'll do is we will do regular kind of maybe like wooden stairs like that. I mean, I don't have a basement in my house. Basements are definitely not something very common. Oh, unless I put like the basement stairs kind of like here. So wait, now we could kind of create this sort of thing. How do I put stairs downstairs? Like, what's the button that people use for that? I don't know. But it would be kind of fun to create like a basement entry like this, right? So I could even close this little room off and like that's the way to the basement. And that's the master bedroom. I mean, as I said, I don't do basements very often. Basements are only really common for me in Polish Polish home. So like when I lived in Poland, we had, I guess, basements. Everyone had one if you lived in an apartment, so you can like store all of your stuff. But other than that, it wasn't like a common thing to have a basement or like a basement room or anything. So this is going to be very interesting for me to figure out how I can actually make this look good. So I suppose it would probably make sense to, I guess, almost create some sort of a hallway. What the heck is this house, guys? I'm so sorry. So we could almost like put the door to the bedroom, the master bedroom, like here. Actually, maybe I want stairs with like actual like wall underneath. Yeah, maybe that just has a little bit more of like a basement feeling. So yeah, so then the parents' bedroom, I mean, I'm not going to make it too big, I suppose. Maybe we could actually just do something like this. The reason why I'm creating this some sort of a hallway thing is because there could be more basement rooms. You know, that's all I'm going to say. There could be more. And I know there's like a really fun way of creating space that could almost look down. Wait, is that possible? How do people do that? Isn't there a way of removing like a ceiling? So what I'm desperately trying to create is almost like a section that would allow me to, you know, open up this area so that the downstairs, obviously basement, gets a little bit of natural light. I feel like there is a way of actually doing this. Maybe I'm making it up, but something is telling me that maybe we could create somewhat of like a section that allows the parents to almost have like a separate part of the house. So maybe, look, maybe this was like the original entrance to the basement, but maybe eventually they gave up their own bedroom, which was on the second floor, to their teenager, and they converted their own basement to their own bedroom, which now kind of allows them to kind of like come in and out as they please. So maybe this is going to be a part of like some sort of like a garden. I don't know. I was trying to create like a thing where I could remove the floor, but I don't think I can. So please let me know what I'm doing wrong. But I think this will be kind of cute, like a really cute way to show the fact that these people can enter through the outside, through their own like personal courtyard. So like, look, if they're working late, or even if they were on like a night out or something and they wanted to come home a little later or whatever, you know, they kind of have that possibility. And also this allows me to have a little bit of natural light. Like we don't even have to have all of this, the glass, but I think it would be kind of cute this way. Or we can even like maybe extend this a little bit and also have more of like that courtyard area. Okay, I know this looks a little silly, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to make the outside look good too. But you know, the parents, maybe they can even have some planter pots out here or something. But I think it's an interesting take on like a basement room, because it's not just like, oh, so dark and grim and dreary. Like, no, we like to have our bright colors. In fact, we're gonna go for lovely light planks of wood here. We're gonna go for beautiful light colors. You know, we don't care about that darkness from outside. We don't care that we're a basement. We are just delighted to have a room downstairs. Oh, this is a beautiful wallpaper, actually. Maybe we want something just a little bit more softer. Oh, I actually really love the yellow. Maybe we could try something like this, and maybe just some white. Maybe they're just happy to have just some light colors. I kind of do like this metal wall here, because maybe that is a little bit of support, but maybe they like it in a yellow, a nice bright yellow. So maybe this big painting is actually like the couple here, and maybe the teenage daughter actually painted that picture of them. Like, how adorable would that be? Like, so she's just like experimenting with new styles and stuff. I don't know how she got that painting actually from the second floor down to the basement for them, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that her creative spirit, parents are really supporting it. And honestly, that's kind of what was it for me when I was a kid. Like, my parents really supported like all of my art, and like to this day, you know, even with me going to like college and things like that to do art, like they've always supported that idea. So, you know, maybe something like that is happening here. Even though I know I just put like a load of crap in front of the painting, it's still like a lovely like family piece, you know. It just celebrates love. I don't know, I think it's really cute. Okay guys, so I've just completed this room. I mean, it's pretty simple. I also added this like painting TV, which I thought that was also quite interesting, because, you know, maybe these parents like to chill in the basement. I have no idea. And maybe they just like a little bit of space. I also changed this to a rack of clothes because I realized I forgot a dresser, and I really love this piece, and that's not a dresser. So I think that's pretty cute. So, okay, I'm going to move on. I might do something with the outside. I might still change this if it doesn't actually look very good from the outside, but let's move on to what room we're going to do next, which is, drumroll please, I hope I don't get the kitchen on like the second floor. Oh my god, kitchen, don't. Okay, we're gonna do kitchen because the wheel heard me, of course, and the kitchen is going to be, please just say, on the downstairs floor. No. No! Oh my God. Did I not just say I don't want the second floor? Okay. Great, great. How did these people cook upstairs? I don't know, but they did. And that's all we need to know. And I'm supposed to build a kitchen upstairs. Why don't we like pretend that this is like a lovely hallway that we're going to, you know, have. Maybe I'll just create it just for the sake of it. And maybe we could almost even create like a funky style kitchen. This is a kitchen upstairs. Not even on the first floor, which I feel like would have been fine on the second floor. We could do like a funky kitchen like this. Look, I can still move the rooms around if I want to, but for now I don't want to do anything anymore. We've got these beautiful archways from the Love Struck pack. Oh my God, like I could actually die. Oh, is there a wooden one? I guess that's kind of wooden. Oh no, it's meant to be like a stone though. Oh my God. Okay, so let's enter the kitchen, right? So we're just gonna do a regular kitchen. Nothing weird to see here, guys. This is a standard kitchen. Everyone has a kitchen on their second floor, of course. So I might, you know, maybe use some new Love Struck things, because at this point everything is just kind of failing me. Oh, love that green actually, or just like this weird yellow. It kind of reminds me of some mid-century kind of vibe. Oh, or else this is kind of fun too. What if I do this and then add only like a couple of designs? That would be kind of fun, like every second design. I just love being able to make my own flooring. It just gives me that idea of like, oh, I'm being creative, you know? Maybe we could do even like every once in a while there's like a different design. Oh, there's only 2 designs I can use. That's fine. We could do like a green here and maybe a green there. Yeah, that's kind of fun. So I suppose this is slightly more of a Mediterranean style now that I've decided to do this. Maybe I could pair it with some different walls just to spice it up a little bit. Oh, like actually this green is really pretty. Or this yellow. That's a lot of fun because we also have these panels. Oh my God, this could be fun. Don't really know how I'm supposed to make this work unless I just make like a full wall of those panels like here. Do these have different swatches? Oh, they do. Oh, wow. Oh my God, the blue. Excuse me. What if I do like an interesting blue wall like that? And I kind of want to do that everywhere now. Wish there was like like a wall design, but I don't think we've got that as just like a regular wall design. Unless I go for this blue. Yeah, maybe actually I could do this and just pair it with like a regular white wall. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing with this kitchen, but I've added an island. It's a little squishy and I really love this wall, but it does disappear when you're playing like this. So it's kind of annoying. So maybe I could add like another like little section of this, and I could even just maybe put like a fun little pillar here as well. I mean, we already had pillars in this build, so that could be kind of interesting. Oh, there's like this Love Struck one. That's fun. And then in here, I was kind of thinking of doing like a little table, just like a little breakfast table, you know, just nothing too major. I think actually maybe these orange chairs maybe would look quite interesting with this. Now that I think about it, I kind of like having all of these the same tile color as well, so I didn't really like how that was green, but maybe something like that is quite nice. Oh my God, I keep like falling down from the kitchen down onto the like bottom floor. Now that I think about this, then should we just do maybe just like a light piece? Like I'd love if there was like a big light that I could maybe put on this, and then we'd have nothing else there, like kind of like something like this, but not that. Okay, maybe the thing that I'm looking for just doesn't really exist, so maybe I could just do like some regular lights. Oh, actually that one's pretty fun. Oh, we could do 2 of them. I like these here actually, so maybe they just kind of like nicely frame the space. And then I'm almost thinking about this item just up above here too. I think that might be quite fun. It's just slightly different, I guess. I don't really know. Is this nice? I definitely want my aprons here too. Also, this is upstairs. Like this room, this kitchen is like up on the second floor, and it just like in my eyes makes absolutely no sense, but it's just so funny. Like I love The Sims for that, just for the idea of doing this silly challenge, but it just makes my day, you know. I think it's funny. Okay, I think I made this kitchen like kind of simple enough, and it's almost like I felt that the amount of cabinets that I put here, I didn't really want to clutter the place too much, so I kind of kept it like minimal, because to be honest with you, if I had so much storage space, you've probably seen my kitchen in the video I just posted. If I had this much storage space, I wouldn't have stuff lying around, so I kind of thought that was quite interesting. But now that I think about it, I never had like microwaves or like kettles, but I wouldn't be able to live without a kettle. So at least I'm going to add a kettle here. So at least we can boil some lovely water. But yeah, that is our upstairs kitchen, guys. Second floor kitchen right next to the teenager's room. How lucky. I mean, midnight snack galore. Am I right? Anyways, let's move on. Right, so we've got 4 rooms left. Let's spin. I still have to do 2 separate bathrooms, and I'm hoping that at least one of them will be quite high up. Okay, main bathroom. Lord above, this wheel loves to listen to me, doesn't it? Main bathroom. Can we keep that? Like, can we have something on the first floor, by the way? Because we've got nothing on the first floor, and I'm a little bit worried. Did I just remove the second floor? I did. You know what? Maybe that's good. Maybe we're sick of having things on the second floor, but now we're gonna have the main bathroom in the basement. Oh my god, fantastic. I guess maybe it would make sense if I now remove the basement so that we've almost got like 2 rooms per floor. And I always say this to you guys, this is all a work in progress. My challenges are all dependent on what I decide that minute of the day. Okay, what the heck's happening? Why can't I build downstairs? Okay, there's some sort of glitch happening, of course, which is of course The Sims. So how else would this work? So why don't we maybe do like a lovely bathroom like here? I mean, this is supposed to be the main bathroom, but lucky parents though, having a massive main bathroom like downstairs where they sleep. But also I hate the idea of having a bathroom in the basement because there's no windows, and I guess I can't do like the same thing I did here because that would be weird to be able to access a bathroom from up there. So look, this is fine. We will make a really lovely bathroom and it will just work. Oh, I really want to use these blue tiles for whatever reason. I think these are really pretty. Maybe we could actually like pair them with some black today. I think I don't do that kind of color combination very often, but maybe we could do just some like black and just like a little bit of white over there. I think that's kind of interesting. This nook is like calling out to either be a walk-in shower or a bath, but something is telling me that if I maybe put a toilet like straight away as you come in along with a sink, we actually could have a nice bit of space to also position a bath in here as well as a walk-in shower. Oh, new shower. Oh, we love to see that. I could do something like this. See, that already has a pretty interesting feeling. I love the way that's where I put the shower. There's like literally no tiling there, so maybe I'll actually change this to white and at least add some tiles. Although that doesn't look very nice unless I just add maybe these tiles here. Yeah, maybe that's okay. And then we could just put like a really fancy bath on this side. We just like the lovely blue matching one. I think that would be quite interesting. And then above that we could do one of the new very fancy paintings as well. I love this painting though. This one has LED like strip lights on it. Like, isn't that fantastic? I guess that could actually work here because you've got like the gold accent. Oh my god, like that is a very fancy main bathroom. I'm not gonna lie. Like, look at this. Look at us. Who even are we? Honestly, we don't know who we are. We don't know ourselves. This is a huge bathroom. Like, you could do cartwheels in here. Not gonna lie though, the sleek bathroom kit always wins and it forever will. I know it's absolutely extremely overused on my channel to use this kit, but I love it and it makes me happy. Honestly, I feel like this bathroom is too big. I don't know what the heck I'm trying to do here, but I'm trying to like fit a really lovely toilet and stuff. It's just like, it looks so awkward because it is so big. Also, I kind of want to do like this gold like counter sink thing, but the sinks look like kitchen sinks and it just doesn't really make sense, but I want gold. Oh, what about this one actually? Oh wait, these are kind of oh, okay, the colors are a bit much. Maybe it's the cabinets. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna do something like this for the bathroom. I kind of struggled with it, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's a very fancy bathroom. It's a little bit too fancy, like where the towels kept, Lord knows, but it doesn't really matter. There's only like a small little hand towel there, but that's not my problem. I think it's still a nice enough bathroom. I think I'm just really inspired by the colors, but the shape threw me off a little bit. But look, at least it's functional. So anyways, let's move on. Now we've only got downstairs and the upstairs floor, thankfully. I think that makes a lot of sense because I still have to do a second bathroom, a sitting room and a dining room. So hopefully something will fill in the gap in the middle. So let's spin for what room we're going to be doing next. Drum roll please. Dining room? Where's the dining room going to be? How far are we going to have to carry that food from the second floor kitchen? Let's spin. I'm really hoping it's going to be the first floor. Please give me the first floor so it won't be too far from the kitchen. Yay! Okay, at least that. We can work with this. It's still of a very weird concept because I'm going to have to somehow put stairs at least like here. Oh my god, this house is going to be hideous, I tell you. Like hideous. If the stairs are going to be just say like here, right? We can make them come up the stairs like that. That looks a bit weird. Maybe let's extend this a bit and bring this forwards. This house is stunning. Yeah, because I guess we don't really need anything else in this room. It's just like a little hallway. So that's lovely. And then we could do hopefully like more rooms on this side, but like we could just do like a beautiful dining room this way. So like as soon as we come out of that kitchen, we just go down the stairs and then straight away into a beautiful dining room. Maybe we could even like attach this part to the dining room. I don't know why we would want that, but maybe this is like a really big fancy dining room. Oh my god, that looks so bad. No, wait, we've got to like stack these a little bit better because I think I've made a mistake. I'm thinking this is probably not going to turn out as well as I'm thinking it will be. So something is kind of telling me maybe to just continue and create, just say this as my dining room. And then once I'm done all of the rooms and we can kind of assess, then maybe I could almost pretend that this is like a puzzle piece challenge and we can do something with this and almost create it into like a shape that's a little bit better than this, because what the heck, that looks like a duck or something. So I'm not standing for this. I'm just going to do a nice dining room now. I really would love to maybe utilize a little bit more of the glass wall. So why don't we do like a big enough glass wall and potentially no other windows? Let's do maybe some nice wooden flooring. How about this one? You know what? I found this one the other day when I was redoing that like Sims build from Brindleton Bay, and I really actually loved how that flooring looked. So I'm going to use it here. Maybe I'll use this big archway as well from the new pack that I've received. I cannot believe it still. And then we could go for, wait, now maybe let's get inspired by a table. Since I went for a very dark flooring, I kind of want to match. I like matching my flooring to my table, even though I know it's a good thing to make it stand out and stuff. But what about this like dark navy color? That's kind of fun. I don't think I've ever used this table in this color in particular. So I'd be interested in trying something. Oh, we could do like full on navy table, guys. That's kind of fun. Okay, navy table, navy chairs. It's a navy room. But let's kind of maybe contrast it with something. How about actually doing some concrete? I used to be obsessed with this concrete wall. I don't know how well it's going to really work here, but this concrete wall used to be like one of my favorite things to use. So I think I could try and make it work here also. Or else we could maybe pair it with some navy walls as well. Oh, guys, I think this is gonna look good. And maybe some of this like kind of lighter paneling just to brighten it up a small bit, because we'll put some nice curtains there. So I like this. This is a very sophisticated, beautiful room. I love these paintings. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, look at these. Like, this actually suits this space pretty perfectly. And I wonder, does this like tile nicely? Just say, even if I was to get the same painting with like this one, I feel like it will tile nicely. If I just maybe make both of these small. I feel like also maybe creating some sort of a weird space like that and then putting like a big mirror on this side too. I love this mirror, right? I just obviously just saw it there, but I wish it could go lower. Like, why is it so high up? Who the heck is like that tall? I mean, I'm a short person, so maybe I'm just used to shorter mirrors. What the heck? Like, who the heck is so tall? I think I like this space. It's something is kind of not really working here. Maybe I need to actually off-center these. Yeah, maybe that's actually quite nice. And then maybe I could also have another little chair in the corner. Something is kind of telling me to put like an extra chair here, because sometimes things like that can be quite realistic. So maybe we can make almost this space feel like we have a lot of chairs here, because like we can invite a lot of people. Maybe we love to have like some dinner parties. But I like the idea of one chair being pushed away for whatever reason. And actually, if you look at the build I did for the Enchanted by Nature pack in the Little Depot household, I used a chair like that to symbolize the fact that Iris actually kind of like left home or ran away from home, or whichever you prefer. And it was like a really nice way to show a little bit of storytelling. So I don't know, it's a little bit of storytelling here. I don't know what the story is that we're telling, but I really like this. Oh, and now with this rug. Oh yes, guys, this is beautiful. Okay, I love this. I love this house. I just hate the way it is. Like, I just hate the way it looks. Hi guys, what are we gonna do next? We only have 2 rooms left, and one of them is a sitting room and the other one is a bathroom. Okay, we're gonna do a second bathroom, and this second bathroom is going to be kept where? Where are we going to store our second bathroom? Upstairs, first floor. Okay, so actually, you know what? Isn't that just ideal for this little space? I feel like it is. So I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind just throwing down a little bathroom in here. Again, as I said, I will probably like move all of this around once again, but the way that this block is working, it probably would make sense, but I still have to get to it, if you get me. Like, how am I going to get into this space? So I'm gonna have to change things around a little bit, but let's just focus on this bathroom for the time being. Love the blue tile here. Although then again, am I gonna make the whole house blue if I use this blue tile? Why don't we do orange? I like this orange. Can I also create my own like little design with this? Kind of Halloween-y now that I look at it, but maybe that's like the special design. They got that design, you know, specially made for them, and it looks great. Yeah, it looks fantastic. It doesn't really, but playing around with different concepts, okay? No, that looks like Halloween is strucken. It's really bad. Maybe I'm just gonna forget about that. Maybe it would work in a different way, but maybe I'm okay with just doing the orange and the black like this. And you know, maybe this could just have like a little shower and just like a sink and a toilet. You know, very simple. This is like your second bathroom, so this is not the main bathroom by no means. We can have a little bit of gold, you know, just kind of simple. Yeah, very simple, nothing too crazy, just a nice black, gold and pop of orange, just for a little bit of fun, just so that I could use those tiles. Right, so now I know that the only room left that I've got left to do is the sitting room. But I suppose, well, logically, it would make sense if I do the sitting room downstairs, because I technically have 2 rooms on the first floor. I've got 2 rooms on the second floor. I've got 2 rooms in the basement. So look, let's just build our sitting room down here, because if I don't, then this house is just not, it's just going to be horrendous. So look, I'm going to maybe create us like a little bit of a hallway space, which just makes this even worse. Actually, you know what? Maybe we could just do a sitting room like this, and I'll just decide in a minute how this is going to work, because I don't know how we can make this house look good. Although, you know what? Now that I think about it, how about I just add the walls where they need to be? So just say, for instance, we just add a little nook to the sitting room like that, right? Then I just don't like this part up here. I'd have to almost extend this all the way out here, but make it shorter on this side. So I could almost create some sort of a balcony space, like that could be our sitting room, and then we kind of come out to almost like this courtyard area. So this doesn't have to be like fully gridded off. We can like almost tile this space sort of like this. Look, it's something. It's definitely an idea. It's turning into something. Does that look okay? It doesn't look that bad. Like, I've seen worse for sure. It also seems better. So like technically I would have to create this as my sitting room space, which look, we can make a very hefty, nice sitting room. And then here, I guess, we could actually make this the front of the house. If I like flip it, or else actually we could just get people to access through this side, you know, sort of like this. Wait, guys, did I make this look good? I could even add these walls like that, but then just create like a really fun balcony space here that no one can access. Actually, I just realized, because that is actually just access. Well, we could access it from this space. Oh, guys. Okay, look, I'm gonna rethink this space. Okay, guys, so this is what I've created out of this monstrosity. It's still a monstrosity. I'm not gonna lie, but we've got some pretty interesting features, like some really cool window, like roofing parts. And now I'm looking at them and they kind of look a little bit better like this. But yeah, we've got some interesting concepts, which I think are going to make this house feel a little bit more like it's intentional that it looks like this, even though by no means do I think this looks fantastic. I don't really think it looks great at all, but I think there is a way of making this kind of funky and kind of cute. And I don't know, guys, I'm gonna leave the fact that this is so weird up to you, but I'm gonna finish off with doing the sitting room, because nevertheless I still have got to do that. And I think this room could be quite nice. So it's a very, very big space, but that way it will allow us to maybe do a nice sitting area, maybe more so like a communal hanging out spot than it is like a TV room. The reason why I'm saying that is because I've got glass on every wall and I don't know where to put the TV, but also I love the idea of this being such a big space, and the fact that we've got so many chairs upstairs that maybe these people actually really like entertaining their guests. I literally like talking to them in the sitting room, so that's why this space feels a little bit more like it's meant for talking and not just watching TV. It's a sitting room for sitting down with your family members on this lovely chair. No, thank you. Not for this space. I want this to feel nice and wholesome. What colors haven't I used yet today? Because I feel like I've been really doing like blues and purples in this house. Got some yellow. Okay, well, I haven't done a green. So let's do a nice green room. I don't know why I always do that. It's like no one's forcing you to do a color challenge, Sandra, but you just love to do it to yourself, don't you? Oh, we could go for like a little bit more of a muted kind of green like this. I like that. I don't think I've ever used that particular swatch, but we could maybe pair it then with like this couch, maybe. Oh, sorry, this chair. I don't know actually, because then I'd have to do the floor quite like a dark wood, but I kind of wanted this room to be a little bit brighter because I feel like I've done a lot of dark colors. Then again, that actually still does look quite nice. Or else we do, wait, now, is there a smaller chair version of this? Like a love seat version of this? Don't think so. Okay, so I tried to make this space look kind of interesting, and this is what I've sort of come up with. So I like the idea of the greenery being in here and it being quite like overgrown kind of feeling. So we've got like some planters and things like that. Maybe actually like a music source as well, because we want this to feel like a little bit of like, oh my God, I just yeeted myself out of the house. Haven't done that in a while. I want this to feel like we're still able to have fun and entertain. And is that going to be floating? Yes, it is. So I guess I'll just clip it in here for the time being. So we can listen to some music. I also added a bonsai section, which, I mean, I hope this will be functional because I kind of prefer the way this looks more so than it actually is probably functional. And yeah, there's not much else in this room. So I'm thinking maybe I could add some of these poofs. Can I like tuck them underneath this? It's like my favorite thing to do these days, to just like put the poofs here. And I always love the idea of putting a lamp on my little section here, but then again, these lamps then must be either candles or else they must be like battery operated, because how the heck would that work otherwise? So we've got a bookcase, which honestly don't think I've ever used that bookcase before, so I'm quite proud of myself for picking out that one. And then there's also another plant. Oh, this one. Oh wait, is that the one that I wanted to use? There's another plant from the Love Struck pack that I wanted to try out today. Oh my God, there's so many beautiful like little flowers. Oh, it's this one. Yes, I want to put this in this room as well. Maybe just like in this color. It's kind of annoying me that it's clipping through the curtain, but I think I always say that I don't really mind at least that idea of clippage, because, you know, the leaf would just like move out of the way. So I don't think it's too much of a far-fetched idea. And I might also actually add a small one of these here, because there's something about a trio of plants that's really satisfying. I also really like this bench that came with one of the new kits. Oh my God, look at all these. These are so fun. Whoa, this thing, that's interesting. But what I am looking for is, I thought it was a little bench. Yes, this thing. I think I might also put that here just behind, so you can maybe like sit on the bench and like look outside. I don't know. It's a little bit of a weird space, I'm not gonna lie. And then I also added like this little nook section right here that maybe I thought was a little bit more of like a creative crafty nook, more so than like a computer nook, because we've already got like a few computers in this house. But I thought that maybe this family was a little bit creative, like the daughter is really into arts and things. So yeah, I think this definitely has an interesting feeling. Actually, I really like the idea of this like old painting here, like this old picture or whatever that is. And then maybe here we could also have one of these kind of older looking mirrors. I actually really love this space. I think it turned out pretty interesting. And I love the way the other day I was looking for wall, like ceiling decorations, and I did not find this category, and it was in the bedroom. I am just blind. So maybe for the sake of this, I also will add a little fan here. And maybe I actually will just leave the saucers where they are, because I know a lot of contemporary spaces like this are okay with, you know, just leaving the saucers, the kind of spotlights. But now that technically completes my house with all of the rooms, including the basement as well as the basement bathroom. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to finish off the spaces on the inside, so like the hallways. I will have to add some, oh, wait a second. Oh, I just designed this house and now I'm gonna have to redesign it again because of the staircase. Oh, damn it. No. How do we get upstairs? Oh, guys, like we hardly go up a ladder. So honestly, this would be the only way that we'd be able to enter upstairs, and it would bring us here, which is not ideal. Preferably, actually, I'd like there to be a staircase like wrapped around here maybe. That's also not going to work, is it? No, what have I done? How many of you guys were screaming at that idea? Because now I'm screaming at myself for that idea. How would this even work? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Actually, the easiest thing to do would probably be to move the office space. So I think as a room as a whole, I'm actually gonna try and move the office space here, right? So that's what we've got. We can just like pretend that this is where this office space is supposed to be. We delete all this, delete all them, and then also just create like a hallway space here instead. So it's technically gonna be the same thing, but hopefully I'll be able to fit some stairs here. If I put this here, no, that still doesn't work because that's where we come through. What about like this way? Oh my god, what have I done? No, how is this just not gonna work? Okay guys, so I think I've completed this house now. It took me long enough to actually visualize this looking good, and you know what, I think it's actually quite interesting. I don't really like the way the fountain is like pouring down onto the ground here, but I do like it. So down here I've created this like tiny little gardening section with some of the new Love Struck items too. Oh my god, I forgot about the basement. That is fantastic. Well, I think in the basement I will just keep it pretty simple. I also, oh my god, I'll show you now in a minute. You guys are gonna be laughing like crazy, but look at this. So upstairs I got confused, right? So you know the way I had to like rethink the stairs? So I moved this room, this office space to this side. It's still the same thing. It's just like moved the other way. But then I had to move it to fit this space, and then I had to extend this portion, which now from the outside doesn't look too bad. But then you guys are gonna be like, Sandra, what? But I couldn't figure it out. There's just nothing I could have done. So we've got like a cluster of stairs. I had to move the door to the bathroom, so I don't even know if that's functional. I like this new painting, that's about it. And then upstairs we actually have gotten nothing, because at some point I was just like, that hallway is the worst thing that it's ever happened to me. So I more than likely will do this challenge again, where I actually just do the rooms like separately, and we just like maybe move them around to actually create like a nicer looking space. Because the fact that I was kind of like forcing myself to create a house out of this, I mean, it still turned out like a pretty interesting build, but it's a bit wacky. Anyways guys, welcome on into my every room is either upstairs or downstairs challenge. So you come in through this section, right? So we've got a nice little seating area right here with this jarring white ceiling, but just ignore it at this point. I've kind of lost all hope in this house. So as you come through, you go straight away into the sitting room, which the sitting room is actually nice. It's got some cool, interesting qualities, and I kind of like this hallway being almost immediately bringing you into the sitting room. And you're like, what the heck is going on? So we've got a basement through this stairs. Got no banister, of course, because we love to live on the edge. Okay, I can't go downstairs apparently. That's interesting. Anyways, forget about that then for the moment. Then we've got an office space right over here, which is one of my favorite rooms. I mean, look at how stunning this room is. Like, I would love to have this as my house. I think that is amazing. Then heading up upstairs, you're like, oh god, I really need to wee. Well, forget about it. Well, actually no, you can hit your head on that, or else take this really long annoying route all the way around here. And actually I think there is actually a bathroom right here. So then we've got your bathroom number 1, which you come in straight into the shower, which is functional, you know? You're filthy, gotta go straight into the shower, and that's just what you do. Anyways, then we've got this hole in the ceiling, which is your skylight, which allows you to dine with a lot of finesse and beauty. I mean, I do like the aesthetics of this house. I think it's just so clunky with the shape. We've got this little like outdoor grilling kind of area here as well. Then you're like, oh, but where do I cook my dinner? Well, don't you worry, you go all the way up the stairs and you cook right here, which I really love the way this kitchen turned out. Like, I love this little nook. I think it's so beautiful. I love the white and the blue with the orange popping through, and then some of like green bits and like this collage of paintings on the wall. Yeah, I'm actually, you know what, I'm actually quite happy with this room. And then we've got your little teenagers room, a teenage den. So it's like a purple and black kind of room. We've got some like art supplies and a nice desk and stuff. Like, there's a lot going on in this room, but I've really had a lot of fun creating the spaces in this house, more so than actually, you know what, just putting this house together. I kind of hate it at the same time. But this is the downstairs master bedroom as well, and then this is the master bathroom. So let's just forget about this house. Let me know how I could do this again to make this a little bit more cohesive. How do I make this actually work a little bit better? I'd be very interested to hear your opinions on that. So yeah, let me know how I could like alter this challenge, just make it look a little bit better. But thank you again for the beautiful gift that I got from one of you guys of the Love Struck pack. It actually just made me so happy, and it just kind of gave me a little boost with like all of the bad things going on. I don't want to talk about it too much because I know you guys don't really like listening too much about it because we like to be a distraction on this channel. But honestly, for me, with everything going on, those tiny little acts of positivity and, you know, happiness just make this like so much more worthwhile for me. So thank you. Well, guys, I'm gonna leave you right here with the room that I like the most because the rest of the house is a bit clunky. So anyways, if you have enjoyed, don't forget to let me know down in the comments, and of course if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching once again, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.